there's a lot of gossip surrounding you and Morgan.
I want to turn to the person that got everyone talking this season, and that's your friend Morgan Wade. Did you all think that they were together?
So in this video, we'll be talking about all the buzz surrounding Kyle Richards and Morgan Wade, especially after the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. Feels like that relationship or friendship, whatever it is, has really become a major focus. And Andy Cohen went right at it. He asked Kyle straight up if she thought that music video, really fanned the flames on those romance rumors.
But I do just want to point out, putting out a music video that is like the two of you as lovers, it contributed so mightily to a conversation that was already a runaway train. And that was totally in her hands, I have to say.
And mine.
It's like...
It did. And it's interesting how public actions like that get read. Dorit even jumped in, referencing that, saying, what was it? If they're going to talk, let's give them something to talk about.
Exactly, which kind of puts a certain spin on maybe Kyle's intentions there, or at least how Dorit saw it.
Looking at it.
And she also talked about that dinner in London with Kyle, Morgan, and Mauricio.
Oh, right. Around Mauricio's birthday, she said.
Yeah.
Kyle, the last time we were close, we all had dinner with Morgan in London for Mo's birthday.
And she framed it as like the last time she really felt, close to Kyle. That felt pretty significant coming from her. And, people online are really digging into this. There's this one fan page. They apparently found the exact date of that London dinner. Even posted a group picture from it.
Wow. So they pinpointed the night Dorit was talking about.
Seems like it. Mid-2022. And that same page, they looked back even further. They mentioned Kyle and Morgan first connecting earlier that year.
Right. I think I saw something about that. Kyle had posted about finding Morgan's music online.
Yeah, she used the word stalking her music, like in a fan way, and talked about this unlikely connection they formed. And then thinking about the timeline with Mauricio, the last photo Kyle apparently posted of them together on her main Instagram feed was, it was before the separation news broke, sometime in the summer of 2022.
So another marker, a potential shift in their public image as a couple around that time.
And then just a couple months later, that same fan page pointed out Kyle entering what they called an edgy phase.
Ah, yes. Coinciding with her going to that music festival in Nashville with Morgan.
Exactly. People definitely noticed the change in style, the company she was keeping publicly. But this fan page, they took it quite a bit further.
Ah, how so?
Well, they basically accused Kyle of fabricating multiple layers of her personal life, specifically for the show, and suggesting she was playing the victimhood card. Their whole theory was that maybe she wanted to keep the Morgan relationship private, whatever it was, but still needed storyline material.
Okay, that's a pretty serious accusation. Essentially saying she manipulated her narrative for reality TV drama.
Right.
Well, if you listeners are enjoying these deep dives, make sure to subscribe to Realty TV.
Definitely. And hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on reality TV news.
So let's dive right into the Valley. Season 2 is premiering tonight, April 15th.
Right. And the big talk is already Brittany Cartwright and Jax Taylor's separation.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of raw emotion there. That interview she did with Extra.
Oh, yeah, where she said she was scared he'd hear her talking about the divorce on the red carpet, no less.
She felt she couldn't be herself if he was nearby listening. That really speaks volumes, doesn't it?
It does.
And then there was that restraining order thing from the trailer. She clarified that.
Yeah, she never actually filed one.
Right, but it was on the table, apparently. She talked about a really bad incident just 2 days before filming started.
Where she felt she could have called the cops.
And that was right before they started filming again.
Seems like it. Luckily, their friends Jason and Janet stepped in. Jason took Jax away, Janet stayed with her. And she did say she'd handle something like that differently in the future. Maybe relying on friends isn't always enough.
Maybe not. It's also, kind of telling that Jax is apparently still worried about who she's dating.
Right. Bringing up Jillian Sensley, who she says she hasn't even talked to in months.
Yeah, it seems like letting go is maybe proving difficult for him.
Could be. While she's, dipping her toes back in the water. Said she's been on dates, has a crush.
But nothing serious yet. Just trying to rebuild, I guess. Okay, switching slightly, the salaries for the Valley came out.
Ah, yes. The money talk.
Looks like a significant pay bump for season 2, more episodes plus a reunion this time.
That makes sense. Season 1 didn't have a proper reunion.
So for season 1, Jax was apparently top earner, around $30,000 an episode.
Yeah, so what, $360,000 total for 12 episodes?
And Brittany and Kristen Dout were getting $20,000 to $25,000 per episode.
Okay, so $240K to $300K. Still good, but a clear difference.
And the newer full-time cast. way less, like $5,000 to $10,000 an episode.
Wow.
And that pay bump for season 2 probably reflects, the show doing well.
Investing in the drama.
And season 2 sounds packed. The Jax and Brittany split, obviously. Jax addiction struggles. He went to rehab.
Yeah, the articles mentioned alcohol and cocaine addiction. Plus, Jesse and Michelle Lally's divorce.
Right. And Kristen and Nia are both expecting.
Baby's on the way. Plus some Vanderpump cameos, Shiana, Schwartz, Lala.
So it really is like Vanderpump Rules Part 2, in a way.
Kind of feels like it. Leveraging that built-in audience and history. Focusing on big life stuff, splits, babies, relatable themes.
Definitely. Okay, let's shift over to the Real Housewives of New York City, Brynn Whitfield.
Claiming her RHONY salary was less than she spends on DoorDash per week.
What she said was like $2,000 to $3,000 a week. That's a lot of takeout.
It's insane. So her salary was under, what, $156,000 a year?
Yeah.
Based on that comparison?
Yeah, somewhere in that $104K to $156K range, which, for a housewife, maybe isn't what people expect. Probably not. But then she also said she made 7 figures in 2024.
Right. So the show is clearly just one income stream. It's a platform.
Exactly. It opens other doors, brand deals, her consulting work.
Which she talked about, finally, advising big clients, brands.
Earning lawyer money, she said, like $600 an hour.
And she described her work process pretty vividly.
60 minutes of me on Adderall and just like Don drapering the fuck out of them. Her words.
Huh. Explains why she kept it kind of quiet on the show, too.
Said a lot of it was white labeled, so she couldn't take public credit.
Which she thinks led to those sugar baby rumors.
Which she totally denies. And she made a point of saying she's the only one with a quote-unquote full-time job.
Compared to influencers, models, curators.
Definitely throwing some shade there.
Sure. And her getting cast was almost random, wasn't it?
Yeah. Instagram DM from a casting director via a mutual friend. She thought it was a scam.
While she was in the south of France. Crazy.
And she's a huge fan of the franchise, apparently. Especially RHOBH Kyle, Dorit Kemsley.
Mentioned Lisa Vanderpump, Camille, Portia, Nene. Knows her housewife's history.
Seems like it. Okay, next update we have about Vanderpump Rules, Joe Wenberg, and Tom Schwartz.
Yeah. Sounds like that's fully over.
Definitely. Joe said they're not in contact, and he actually blocked her.
Ouch. And she hinted that other people were interfering, like in his ear.
Yeah, suggesting outside influences kind of broke them up. Feels like she blames others, partly at least.
And that she feels they were happy once. She mentioned finding it hard that she won't get closure.
That's tough. Meanwhile, Tom did an interview. Sounds like he's in a different headspace.
He said he's feeling more confident, keeping a low profile, happy, peaceful, not dating.
Right. And focused on family. Said the one void is not having a family of his own yet. Feels more connected to his parents' brother.
So he's looking inward, seems like. Very different vibe from Joe's comments about closure.
Totally different. And his advice for new Pump Rules cast.
Don't try to put on a performance. Just be raw, let loose. Authenticity plays better long-term, even if it's messy.
True. Okay, next update we have about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Brit, Eady, and Kenya Moore's feud.
Oh boy. Yes, that's been heating up. Brit was on Watch What Happens Live talking about it.
And she feels Kenya just had it out for her from day one, right? Called her nasty.
Felt singled out compared to other newbies Kenya was welcoming to. Sets a bad tone from the start.
And Andy asked her directly about the gun comment.
Which she strongly denied, saying she didn't have one during their argument.
But she admitted she was triggered by Kenya. Regrets her reaction.
And she mentioned that side chat with Kelly Farrell where she did say something inappropriate about a pistol, but insisted it wasn't a threat.
Still, mentioning weapons. That escalates things fast.
Definitely. She clearly felt targeted, like Kenya wanted her to react badly.
Which is why she apparently made that big gesture, going to Kenya's salon.
With flowers in a car, as an apology, saying she's not violent. That's a statement.
She also reacted to Angela Oakley's comments about her energy.
Felt Angela was flip-flopping.
And she confirmed her insurance license issue is resolved. Good to go, she said.
Good for her. She also weighed in on Dennis McKinley.
Doesn't trust his intentions with Drew Sidora. Thinks he's got something out for Portia.
Always layers of drama in Atlanta.
Always. She shaded Kelly's waffles, called Drew boring.
And her descriptions of the others. Portia stands in her truth. Drew's a good actress. Shamea is a good liar.
Wow. Doesn't hold back, does she?
Not at all. Classic housewife candor. It was nice she mentioned Mia Thornton reaching out, though.
Yeah, from Potomac. Okay, finally. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Reunion. Part 3 just aired.
And it ended dramatically. Garcelle leaving before the cast photo.
Huge. That photo is like the traditional end cap. Her skipping it says everything.
Total lack of resolution for her. Deep frustration.
The episode apparently showed more Sutton and Dorit Kemsley conflict. That seems ongoing.
Always simmering, yeah. Erica Jane gave an update, too.
On the Tom Girardi divorce, still ongoing, but better relationship with her son, which is good news.
Definitely a positive note there. And Kyle talked more about her separation from Mauricio.
Said no one's filed yet, but they're living separate lives. Cited issues like money, travel, fame.
And snaky women.
Yep, implying outside interference or infidelity.
Strongly suggests it, doesn't it? Very raw thing to share.
Kyle also shared that she'd had conversations with her daughters about questioning her own sexuality.
Wow. That's incredibly personal. Takes courage to put that out there. Good for her, really.
Absolutely. But back to Garcelle. Apparently she got more and more agitated during the reunion.
You could kind of sense that building throughout the season, maybe.
Yeah, felt she wasn't getting any grace from the group. She was even caught mumbling to Sutton, "I can't stand them all."
Oh my gosh. And Sutton replied.
Sutton replied, "They really hate me." Just sounds toxic.
Completely toxic, like they feel totally on the outs.
Exactly. So Garcelle ultimately walked off before the photo, called them fucking assholes, said there was no resolve, no team for her. And Dorit called her really unprofessional for leaving.
While others thought she was just being dramatic.
Yeah.
Shows a massive divide in that cast.
Yeah, seems like a major rift. Maybe irreparable for now.
Could be. A very fractured group.
Okay, one last item. Jenelle Evans.
Oh, this sounded serious. Calling 911 on her son, Jace.
Yeah, he's 15. She claimed he was smashing everything and wanted him on a 72-hour hold.
Reported damage, like a broken door, dog cage thrown, but no injuries, thankfully.
And no drugs or alcohol involved, she said. Mentioned his ADHD and defiant disorder weren't being treated currently.
But by the time police got there, Jace had left.
And they couldn't do the hold because he hadn't threatened himself or others, and they couldn't find him. Standard procedure, I guess.
Yeah, there are specific legal criteria, but still a really alarming situation.
Definitely. And then right after, Jenelle went on a girls' trip and posted about being single.
Seems like a really complex and difficult family dynamic.
For sure. A tough situation for everyone involved. Raises questions about support systems.
Absolutely.
Well, if you listeners are enjoying these deep dives, make sure to subscribe to Realty TV.
Definitely. And hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on reality TV news.